We lost everything, and now we lost it again.
Tales of survival and heartbreak across large swaths of central Texas. By air, by land, rescues and recoveries continue into day 3.
We've also seen camp workers, families who are trying to clear out some of these cabins over my other shoulder.
Fox 4 reports from inside the calamity, getting our own look today at Camp Mystic's devastation, where dozens of children were swept away, including some from North Texas.
It's not going to take the same amount of rain that caused this damage to make the current water levels rise up, right? Because the ground is already saturated.
Now, with even more rain falling across the waterlogged region, new fears in new communities as water levels rise once again. Plus, average Americans answering the pleas for help, donating their time and their money to help neighbors in need.
People across our community, across our state, across the world have been responding to that request.
Tonight with an update on the numbers coming out of Central Texas. At least 79 people are dead at this hour across the region due to the catastrophic flooding. Rescue efforts still underway with a known 41 still missing, a number that could actually be much higher according to authorities. Thanks for being here tonight. I'm Casey Stiegel. A majority of the deaths being reported in this historic flash flood emergency are from Kerr County. 10 girls from the all-girls summer camp, Camp Mystic, are still missing 3 days now into this disaster. Rescue crews are still working through very challenging terrain and conditions to find every last person unaccounted for. We have Team Fox 4 coverage this evening with crews out in Kerr County and right here at home with a look at local relief efforts. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager kicks things off for us tonight live in Hunt, Texas, which is not far from Camp Mystic. Peyton, what's the situation looking like where you are?
Hi, Casey. And today at Camp Mystic, some of those families were allowed to go into the cabins and pull out belongings. Also on the campgrounds, search and rescue crews, they were trying to sift through those mounds of debris along the Guadalupe River. The road here along the river closed today, prioritizing first responders and power crews.
Sunday, the frantic search continues for missing campers and a missing counselor from Hunt, Texas's Camp Mystic. Fox 4 confirmed Camp Mystic director Dick Eastland died trying to save girls from the raging Guadalupe River. While on scene, these men tell Fox 4 they were looking along the riverbank for their missing grandmother. But Sunday afternoon, storms made the recovery efforts more difficult. Rainfall triggered a new flash flood warning. People in Hunt told to get to higher ground. DPS troopers working to communicate on where to evacuate. That panic was felt again with a potential surge of water.
Here in Hunt, you also have homes that were completely washed away. All that's left of this one is the foundation. Another priority today, we had power crews here in Hunt working on these power lines like this one. Broke in half, but also next to it, hanging on a tree, the American flag.
I've chased a lot of hurricanes and tornadoes, and I have never, not once in my career, seen anything like this. This is horrific.
Tyrell Beach, a contract lineman out of Granbury and also a father, taking the devastation personally.
When you see debris and clothing and shoes and stuff, and then you think, you know, that could have been one of their clothing or a tent or a sleeping bag. And yeah, I couldn't tell you how many times I've drove up and down this line bawling my eyes out. So
I got those last kids out this morning on buses, and parents came and got them out.
With multiple camps in Hunt, Assistant Fire Chief Kirk Griffin says the reunifications were still taking place Sunday. Another challenge for his firefighters, clearing the roads and bridges. The drive into Hunt shows the river's downstream violent path. But in the devastation, a sign of hope. The Hunt store changed its sign to now read Hunt Strong. Griffin seeing that help firsthand from across the state.
It is very supportive. So
Anyway.
Following that weather evacuation that we had this afternoon and also possibly some fatigue, Casey, it is eerily quiet this evening in Hunt. On top of the storms, I mentioned at the top of this newscast the challenging terrain that these first responders are going through. We saw it firsthand as we were driving into Hunt, but those first responders vowed that they will not quit.
Yeah,
Casey.
it's just an arduous task, and our hats go off to all of the first responders and the volunteers who are tirelessly working. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager and photojournalist John Gannan, fantastic work out there. You all stay safe, and we'll look forward to your reports throughout later in the hour, but also, of course, throughout the upcoming week. Peyton, thank you. All right, let's get you over now to Fox 4's David Centendry. He is also in Kerr County. He's in Kerrville after speaking to some who have lost everything they own. Just incredible, David.
Yeah, Casey, the park here in the middle of Kerrville is right on the Guadalupe River. I think you mentioned this weekend there was supposed to be a July 4th celebration here in this park just hours after that catastrophic flooding rolled in. The park right now is closed to foot traffic, but there are plenty of people walking inside on foot, as were we for quite some time today. Not a whole lot of words were being said by people as they're just looking around and taking it all in, but the looks on their faces says more than you need to know. It's impossible to miss the catastrophic ravage in Kerrville Sunday evening after a once-in-a-lifetime flood overnight Friday.
26 feet in 45 minutes is what they're saying.
Julia Hatfield and her husband living in an RV since April. An RV washed away from the Kerrville park they were staying at.
We found our RV, the bottom of it, yesterday, and it gave us a lot of closure, but really the focus now is to help people find their loved ones and to help clean up. Everybody lost everything.
Some more than that. A family of 5 swept away at Blue Oak RV Park.
The rescue team tried so hard to save them, so hard, and they couldn't get to them, and they got swept away.
Owner Lorena Guillen tells Fox 4, on top of losing a family at her park, one of her employees, Julian Ryan, died elsewhere while trying to save his family.
You know, sweet, gentle, extremely polite and well-mannered. He was always yes ma'am, no ma'am. I mean, that was the kind of kid he was.
It's a horrible thing to think about.
Rovi Youngduff walking around Louise Hayes Park in downtown Kerrville, where an Independence Day celebration was supposed to take place.
Total devastation. Just thinking about how many people have lost their lives.
The death toll continues to rise, some still missing.
We know that parents and families, they want information. They want closure. And we want them to know that we are working as swiftly as possible to get them accurate information.
Hatfield's husband woke up to get them to safety.
We started to hear screaming, I guess around 4:30, 4:35.
Now she's sticking around to assist cleanup efforts, believing she's one of the fortunate ones.
I think a lot of people are confused as to why no one saw it coming, but no one saw it coming.
We have seen people inside of this park coming from out of town, coming from the Dallas region, coming from San Antonio, but it's important to point out that state officials are actually warning against that, boldly saying if you're not from here, don't come here. They don't want any added stress. They just want to give room for their first responders to work and for this cleanup to happen. So that is a message from state officials, and they are warning that within the next 24 to 48 hours, conditions can worsen because, as we have been talking about, there's more rain in the forecast. Casey?
David, it doesn't matter how many times we see the pictures and we see the images, it's difficult to get your mind around a community that will bear the scars of this for some time to come. You and your photographer, Sam Hernandez, great work out there. Be safe, and thank you for your reporting. Glad you're on the ground there. There are so many devastating visuals of just how terrific the water was, the torrent of water that was unleashed when the Guadalupe River went out of its banks after hours and hours of rain. Ended up being months and months worth of rain that came down in a short period of time. Fox 4's Peyton May is on the shoreline of the Guadalupe River tonight. She spoke with families who are sharing their memories and also mourning some losses.
The devastation here in Kerrville really leaves you speechless. You could see a boat was pushed into a patio, a life vest stuck in some tree branches. Families have been walking around areas that hold so many memories to them, areas that are now destroyed.
I would have never thought that something that I'm so familiar with would be such an impact on the world.
The parks around Kerrville are places Felicia, Victorica, and her daughter Isabella hold so deep in their hearts, an area that's now unrecognizable.
It's crazy because we have sat there so many times to do homework. I have a daughter who was part of the youth orchestra here, and we would sit there and just, spend time there while she was at practice.
For 15 years, she's been visiting the banks of the Guadalupe River and has always been cautious.
I've grown up hearing of this river on how dangerous it can be. And here we are again. The Guadalupe is taking lives.
There's an urgency from above. Helicopter after helicopter desperately searching for people.
I can't even fathom how these families might even feel. As like you said, as a parent, it's so unreal. This is going to take a long time to clean up. I mean, they're looking for the missing people is one thing, but to clean it all up and get it back to what it used to be is hard.
The trees are now cracked and stripped, floors of businesses waterlogged and caked in mud. But even with all of the loss and destruction the Kerr County community is facing, there's still so much hope.
I do believe that Kerrville will bounce back from this. Ingram, Hunt, everybody else down the Guadalupe. It's not just Kerrville. It's a lot of communities that are getting hit here. But like I said, everybody's really close-knit to be there for each other and support each other.
It's unbelievable to see how high these water levels rose from right here. Residents say there's water damage 3 feet high into that building. That's about 20 feet above me right now. Now, as we were driving into Kerrville, there was actually a flash flood warning. So residents here say they're still on high alert. Reporting in Kerrville, Peyton May, Fox 4 News.
Well, as families and communities band together to mourn those lost right here in North Texas, all the while many from across the state are going to Kerr County to provide some relief. Our team coverage continues now with Fox 4's Amelia Jones. Hi, Amelia.
Hi there, Casey. One way people here in Dallas are showing their support for the families and victims impacted by the floods is by tying green ribbons to the trees, and they are all over the Highland Park neighborhood. Governor Greg Abbott declared today a day of prayer, and we know North Texans are sending their prayers in addition to resources to help those in need. Sunday was declared a day of prayer in Texas, and dozens of people gathered at St. Michael's Church in Highland Park for a memorial service to honor the life of Lila Bonner and pray for her family. Bonner, pictured here next to her best friend Eloise Peck, were both attending Camp Mystic when devastating flooding hit Hunt, Texas. The two didn't survive. They were students in Highland Park ISD. The Highland Park community is now showing its support with green ribbons lining the streets.
It's absolutely heartbreaking just to know how many people were affected by this, how many even North Texans were affected by this, whether they had children that were camping there, they were on vacation. It's definitely affected our community as well.
Adam Evans with the Arlington Fire Department shared that fire crews were deployed to help with recovery efforts. The trained strike team is prepared to assist wherever they're needed.
That could be filling in at fire stations to run general medical calls. It could be structure fires. It could be search and rescue. Basically anything that area needs us for at the time.
And the need is great.
As the sun has returned and the rivers have gone down, now we're entering really a phase where, we're going to be called on to provide so much more.
Major Phil Swires is with the Salvation Army in Kerr County, one of the hardest hit areas by the floodwaters. Swires says it's usually the Kerr County Salvation Army coming to the aid when disaster hits. It's hard to take in that it's his community that needs help now.
It's something new for us where we're serving our own and we're dependent on other people coming into our town to assist us. And It's tragic for my community.
Swire says volunteers from across the state, including here in the Metroplex, have come to help provide food to people, offer support in shelters, and take in donation items.
It's amazing in the heartbreak that people are experiencing to see the goodness.
And give a sense of hope.
It is a lot of long hours, but we have had a lot of great people who have come to help us in this journey.
It really is incredible when disasters like this strike. You see the true heart of humanity. And if you want to help, Swire says the best way you can right now is to make a monetary donation. And we do have a link on our website, fox4news.com, where you can donate directly to the Salvation Army's flood relief efforts. The Arlington Fire Department says their strike team crew could be deployed for up to 10 or even 14 days. But Casey, they are prepared to be there for the long haul. Back to you.
Yeah, this is going to be a tragedy we are talking about for days and weeks and months to come. People feel helpless, and just volunteering and doing things to help out, like you highlighted, Amelia, is so important. Fox 4's Amelia Jones live for us. Amelia, thanks for being part of the coverage tonight. Dallas Fire Rescue members are helping with the rescue efforts in Central Texas. A water group leader and a boat squad were sent to the San Saba Llano area on Thursday. A medical incident support team member and a rescue swimmer are on various missions across the region. Fort Worth Fire also deployed to the Texas Hill Country to help carry out water rescues and evacuations in San Angelo. Video shared on social media shows some of the rescues they were involved in on Friday. The department says 17 firefighters have been deployed to the area. They're working alongside Texas Task Force 1 and Texas Task Force 2. A time lapse captured in Llano County shows just how fast the water levels rose, and it is incredible. Look at this. The footage was captured by a surveillance camera near a low water crossing known as the Slab. It was recorded the night before the worst of the flooding in Kerr County. Water can be seen quickly covering the roadway and crushing trees as it filled up and spilled out of its banks. Law enforcement can also be seen on the other end of that crossing, frantically trying to block the road ahead of the rising water. This disaster eerily similar to a flooding tragedy on the Guadalupe River nearly 38 years ago. In the early morning hours of July 17th, 1987, a wave of water from heavy rain upstream began surging downstream through Kerrville and eventually to the town of Comfort. Well, a church camp there began evacuating campers by bus, but one of the buses got stuck. And as teenagers and adults began racing to get to higher ground, the wave caught them. 39 teenagers, 4 adults from Seagaville Road Baptist Church were swept away. 10 of the teenagers drowned. Many of the others were clinging to trees and piles of debris when they were rescued. Just unimaginable, really. Chief Meteorologist Dan Henry is here with us on a Sunday night with more. And Dan, terrifying when we talk about how quickly this flash flooding can occur.
Yeah, it is. This is just so sad and heartbreaking to see these videos and hear these stories. It truly is. But this is one of the most flash flood prone areas in the entire country. We're talking about that area around the Guadalupe River. Here's a look at one of the reasons why this was so devastating and caught so many people off guard. At 3:45 in the morning on July 3rd, the river level at Kerrville was 1.7 feet, and about 45 minutes to an hour later, it was 24 feet. So we saw over a 22-foot rise in 1 hour between 3:45 and 4:45 in the morning, when many folks were asleep. And even no warnings were going out late at night into the midnight hour and well beyond that. Again, some of these folks just didn't know it until the water was literally rising where they were. This water then flowed downstream, and there was a 30-foot rise at Comfort 5 hours later. That's that 30-foot wall of water many were talking about. Now, today we had flash flooding as close by as southwestern Tarrant County, Johnson County, down into Bosque Cherokee County, Somervell County, believe it or not, some areas picked up 6 to 8 inches of rain, and yet north and east of Fort Worth, there was barely anything at all. Huge contrast there. Good news is that all this is really fizzling out and fading away. You can see our 12-hour time lapse here. There still remains a flood watch in effect for roughly another 40 minutes for the Hill Country, including Austin and San Antonio. The only flash flood warnings in effect now are down around New Braunfels and the San Antonio area. We have temperatures in the low to mid 80s at this hour. There will be some more scattered showers and thunderstorms brewing tomorrow. Once again, the better chances off to our southwest and south. More details on that and a look at some incredible rainfall totals over the last few days. Your full forward forecast coming up.
Dan, thanks. We'll be looking forward to that. So many of you have reached out to us asking how you can help those affected. So Fox 4 has set up a donation site to send money directly to the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund. You can scan the QR code you see there on your screen and follow the link to donate.